Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew with Family's Everything.
Until it's not. I'm Aunt.
I'm Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I'm great.
Okay, we're going to talk about OC this week. I just want to start with Shannon Bedore. Her head should be spinning. She has 3 girls. I thought John was a little bit much, and I can see where their relationship is going. Like last night, I thought to myself, yeah, I can see why they broke up.
Yeah, and I think that
I saw it.
If you are looking to spend quality time with your significant other and she's a housewife, good luck.
Yeah. No, I just totally thought, nah, she's busy.
Unless you're Joe Gorga or Louie and you want to be in the spotlight with your significant other.
Yeah, but I could just see the little chisels, the little fractures in their relationship. She didn't like his house and the whole bit. I'm not surprised they broke up.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that your husband needs to have something to do, even if it's Shane going and sitting in his cubicle. I mean, like, you got to go do something.
I don't know why Shane's not bothering me.
You love Emily. I love Emily too. I'm obsessed
with her.
I
wrote down that Emily might be my current favorite.
I love her.
No, I mean across everybody, because she is completely real.
So real. And even the way she talked about her mom was not
so
wrong.
Real. So
it
real.
wasn't rude. It wasn't like we've seen some of these housewives go on and trash their mother or father.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that she didn't. She said, her mother had a severe reaction to her dad leaving and cheating and that whole thing. And it never allowed for them to have a normal mother-daughter relationship growing up. But as an adult now, she's not holding the resentment. She wants different for her kids and her grandparent relationship with them. And she also understands. Now, she's not saying it was a good childhood just because her mother had stuff going on. She's being real. Like, I love that.
Yeah, no, I think her and Shane are in a pretty good place. And I wrote down specifically, Emily might be my favorite housewife right now.
I think Gina grew on me again this episode.
Oh, I thought I'm over Gina this episode. Isn't that funny? Oh yeah. Gina, let me tell you what I said about Gina. I want to say this.
Don't whisper.
I've never understood yoga.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know I'm skipping ahead. Listen, I've taken a few yoga classes. I don't know why they all have rocking bodies. And it doesn't seem like you really do anything. And I've never even felt like I got a workout after it, but they all have rocking bodies. I'm just going to say that, but I never figured out how yoga works.
Maybe 2 classes is not going to give you big results. I can tell you that.
Well, I know that, but I don't think if I did 100, it would matter.
Well, you won't know unless you try.
Well, what if I do 100 classes of yoga and nothing happens? Then I've wasted 100 classes of yoga.
I don't know. Call Downward Dog and ask him.
I could see maybe like Pilates working with the machine, but just the whole, I don't know. I just don't get it. But she's got a fantastic body, but I didn't like the Fendi workout suit. It's too much. Stop it. Stop wearing Fendi workout suits. Nobody wears Fendi to work out. They wear Fendi to film, not to work out. Leave the Fendi at home. Go get some Lululemons and get a little baggy t-shirt that says a journey, a departure.
Well, how about your business on
1985 and we'll work out in that.
Or how about your business?
Fendi. I don't like the
studio.
Fendi. The Fendi turned me off.
How about the yoga studio? You can't get a word in with you today.
No, I know. I'm just, what can I say?
Aunt did not like New York and it triggered her.
Totally. And I want to say, poor Heather, she hurt her back because she had a shovel. She's very delicate. Poor Heather. She's delicate. She can't do manual labor. It's too much.
She grew on me.
How did she ever have those babies? Are you sure she delivered them? Did they come out of her body? I'd like to know because it sounds like too hard of work for her to make some kids.
Don't ask the Maloofs how the babies were born.
Oh, I know. They were all on surrogates, but I don't. Hey, who knows?
Okay, I have mixed feelings. Let's just cut to the chase. First and foremost, I think that Bravo did a really great job trying to make it seem like Heather Dubrow like chartered this little boat to bring them to Nobu until we went by the other little pink boat that looked like a ferry that looked like the Barbie movie. And we realized that it was probably just a promo for the Barbie movie and that it was probably about $25.
Okay, if we're going to Nobu, let me tell you, do not invite me to that restaurant. First of all, it's different than the one in Malibu, right? It's a different one.
Different.
Or was it the same one?
I don't know. It's the same. It's the same Nobu.
No, I
Just
know it's the
different
same
location.
restaurant, but I think it is different locations because it's not the same one the Kardashians go to all the time in Malibu. I don't believe.
Probably
It looked
not. I don't know.
completely different. It looked completely different. I want to say, if I'm going to that restaurant, I'm not going on the boat first. The boat should have picked them up afterwards. Okay. They go through all the hair, the makeup, getting all prepped. They walk on and then the boat takes off. They're over a disaster by the time they got there. I wouldn't be surprised if they all had hair and makeup on the other side before they got, because they seemed like they were back put together. And was Taylor Armstrong in this episode? Because I didn't see her. Was she there?
She was eating.
Yeah, I know. Well, she was invisible.
I thought she was fine. I thought she was good.
Did she get paid for this episode? I want to know, because if she did, she had a light work week.
They get paid for the season.
Oh, okay.
I have to say, Jen gave me Crystal Minkoff vibes when she made the accusation. Remember when Crystal said, "Oh, but what Sutton said, like it was terrible." And then she and then people are like, "What did she say?" And and then she couldn't say it. She couldn't say it.
Yeah.
I think
she
Jen
didn't
did
say
the same
anything.
thing. Where I think it kind of squeezed its way out. Jen, for some reason.
Oh, well, Tamra was so overboard, though. It wasn't funny. And she looked high as a kite to me.
Oh, I didn't think so.
Her eyes were glassy. Yeah, I thought she was high.
They were drinking tequila before.
Yeah, I thought she was high as a kite, too.
No, pot's not going to make you throw a napkin.
Who said it was pot? I'm not accusing anybody. I just think she was high. What can I say?
I think I thought that Tamra reacting the way she did I thought it was normal Tamra. She threw a napkin and then she came back and she goes, "Yeah, you don't like Tamra. You think Tamra's mean girl."
No, I think Tamra is too much again. And I think it's from her own insecurities that she was on pause. And she's afraid if she doesn't bring it, that she might go on pause again. So I feel like she has a year or two of pent up, like housewife drama, and she's got to get it all out. That's how I feel.
I don't think so. I looked at it that Tamra and Jen were joking about Ryan before Jen was dating Ryan. And instead of just understanding that that's two girls making a joke that has absolutely.
I think the whole thing's ridiculous. And I think Shannon was right when Shannon said, I agreed with Shannon. Let Jen figure it out if he's a good guy or not. Like, let her figure it out. No, Shannon was right when she was like, I went through this and I had to figure it out. Let her figure it out. There are certain things you could tell people again and again and again and again and again in their life. And until they figure it out, it's not going to happen. If Ryan's a dog, Jen's going to have to figure out that he's a dog.
Did you watch What Happens Live with Jen?
No, I didn't.
Ryan was there and he tried to give Andy a hat that said #dickpic. And he literally was like, "Oh, Andy, I brought this for you." And Andy's face was like, "Okay, you already have merch." And then he went back. He was like, I think so Andy's turned off.
Those two, hasn't he? Just saying. I think so.
What do you mean?
I think Andy's had a problem with
Why are you whispering?
Because I don't want anybody to hear. I think Andy might have had a problem with that.
No, he's never sent a dick pic to multiple people in his phone.
Not multiple people, but I think it got out that
okay,
got
like 90% of the world has sent a nude pic. It's not a big deal. Sending, yes.
God, I'd be
maybe not, again, ageist over there. Maybe not your generation, and maybe not everyone my generation, but a lot of people.
But Andy's not your generation. Andy is my generation,
and gays live in dog years. Like,
okay,
immaturity. Like, especially his generation, not really mine, but his generation, like it wasn't the most you didn't see people coming out left and right. Like, it was a lot different when he was younger. I also feel that like
Andy Cohen once sent a picture of somebody he had hooked up with to Kelly Ripa. I knew it was something. So he sent a picture somebody sent him to Kelly Ripa by mistake. I knew something happened.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, it is if it's yours that's
Well,
going
yeah,
to
but he
Kelly.
sent it to someone else. He
No,
sent
he
someone
meant to
else's picture.
He meant to send.
He sent his own nude picture.
No, somebody else's. But still, once you send something like that to someone, it should just stay at that someone. I think it's a violation of trust to send that picture around if you've hooked up with them.
Sign a release then if you want to, or a non-disclosure. I think anything you send me that you don't say don't send to someone else is fair game. The same way that if you tell me something and you say, and we're not close, and you don't tell me not to keep it private, why do I have to keep it private?
Yeah, well, I just think that if somebody sends you that you shouldn't forward it to others.
Okay, forget about that. Let's talk about the fact that he sent it to multiple women in his phone and then tried to say that.
Well, okay, so he already has merchandise. All right, so he already has merchandise
that he's not going to sell.
No, who's going to hashtag that on their head?
And I don't know if it was merch versus if they just made it for Andy.
I hope so. I hope he didn't order 10,000 of those hats, because if he did, he's not going to sell many.
He also got, you know what I have to say? You have to watch Watch What Happens Live, because I think that if you do, you'll think differently of the whole thing. Ryan is definitely guilty. He's done all of this. He hates Tamra because she's exposing him, and Jen knows Ryan's guilty. So instead of coming hard at Tamra, she didn't. She just kind of like did the Miss America answers and was more like mind her own business, but wasn't like she's a liar. She's like, whereas Ryan was like vehemently denying it, very defensive, and like said anything that comes out of Tamra's mouth is a lie. Like, whereas like Jen just wasn't kind of going in that direction. I don't know. I think that here's the thing. If Jen was smart, I don't know why someone isn't saying to Jen, be like, listen, I know my relationship with Ryan isn't 100% kosher, but at the same time, it is what it is. We've made decisions that are best for us. We have good relationships with our past, relationships, and it's none of your fucking business. So shut the fuck up. If she said that, what would Tamra say back?
Speaking of Jen.
No, I'm asking you a question. What would Tamra say back?
Speaking of Jen,
what would she be able to say?
If Jen
owned it? Yeah, you aren't paying attention. It's the witching hour. You haven't had dinner yet. Your brain's a little foggy.
I want to tell you, speaking of Jen, she went way too overboard on the candle. It was just a freaking candle. And then they all got excited about the Tom Ford candle. There was 2 candle gifts. And that goes back to an episode we did earlier about New York, where it gets very weird. You don't know what to give people as a gift. But I did look up the Tom Ford candle, and the candle was $118.
Can you talk louder?
The candle was $118.
You don't have to yell, but just stop going like... I don't know.
The candle was $118, the Tom Ford candle. I don't know how much the chopsticks were.
Well, I can tell you, Gina, when Gina's like, how the heck did she get her names and everything engraved? And I haven't even unpacked from Montana. Money. Yeah. That's the answer. It's called money.
Well, because she has I am sure that she has a closet full of gifts ready to go, and the chopsticks are individual. She probably had already ordered those chopsticks earlier, knowing who was going to be in the cast.
Of course.
Yeah. So she didn't just do it. It just shows that Gina doesn't do anything till last minute. And I'm sure Miss Dubrow has a whole closet full of gifts that are RTG wrapped, ready to go, appropriate, marked for different occasions.
Maybe, but not engraved. I think she probably has a Cricut. Like, what do you mean? Like, why couldn't she have just done it herself? Like,
she didn't do it herself. She can't even shovel.
Please.
Remember that. She was overboard. And I want to know too, why every single scene, these are the things I think about. Everybody has false eyelashes on. I know they're on TV, but it would be nice if once in a while they just look like normal human beings. When you're going to yoga, you shouldn't have full lashes out to here. It's just too much. Yeah, the false lashes in the middle of the day are too extreme. I get it. You're going out on the boat. I get it. You're going out, all of that, but going to work out. Jen's were like full on minks on each eye. It was too much. I will
tell you that one thing for me too is like, that Tamra and Ryan, her son, must have filmed the scene for 20 minutes and there must have been nothing that got out of it because it was about 4 seconds that made the air.
Yeah, did she cremate?
All I know is that every time I see him, it looks like Woody is having an intervention.
It looks like Woody was on a bender for a
Yeah,
few
seriously. It's like, what's
weeks.
up, Woody?
I
And then he's
know.
just like, he's probably just like, keep going, pal. I think you're going to be great. It's like, if
I
he
don't
needs
know.
a part-time gig, they could probably go
there's
do a
always-
live action Toy Story.
There's always something about Ryan where I thought he might have a cord in his back and you pull it.
The real action Toy Story, Ryan the cowboy and Shane Buzz Lightyear.
Yeehaw! Yeah.
Shane
Which
probably
one's
shows up and
Shane's-
goes, I was
Which
just at the
Shane?
law firm to
Oh, Shane.
infinity and beyond.
I know he still has a job. I'm so happy for him. I just that Duffy wasn't my thing. Like, don't invite me ever. If somebody gets a Duffy, are those electric or something?
Yeah.
I don't want to go on it. I'm just telling you, if you invite me, I'm not going. So nobody's going to invite me, but I don't even think we have them around here. Do we?
No, I don't think so.
No, I've never even seen them or anything. I thought it was ugly. It was all pink and I didn't care for it. I thought the whole thing was stupid, actually, to go on a boat after you get dressed up. And it was stupid. They all had those heels on.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Who wears heels like that to a dock on a boat?
Tamra looks hot, but she kind of looked like a stripper.
She always looks like a stripper.
Yeah, her and Melissa Gorga.
Yeah, I mean, what was she wearing? Little short shorts. Yeah, and she's always Heather's always spilling champs all over her. What did she have? She said she had champs, vodka, and wine, or something. What did she say?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of low
The
budget.
nail salon scene
surprised.
was great too, with the lady that was getting her nails done. And if you read her lips, she goes like, "Wow."
I don't like nail salons that bring you a glass of wine.
I mean,
I already talk way too much when I'm there, and I know I annoy people because I make comments. I want to see their nails. I want to know what color they're picking out. They could be like 4 seats down, and I talk to every single person who comes in. And if I don't talk, it's quiet.
So, what do you think about Vanderpump?
Oh, they're filming.
I know, but what do you think about the whole?
I saw a picture of Rachel, and she looks fantastic.
Yeah,
she
but at the same time,
grow
like
a little bit.
I think she's gonna expose Sandoval hard.
Yeah, well, Sandoval was out with the crew.
Yeah, but that's just because
And
they
Lake
have
Tahoe.
to.
I get it. I want to say that it was kind of weird how Heather Dubrow, I'm going back because I'm not done with OC. Gina got on her case because saying Nikki's taking his real estate too. I mean, I didn't think that was any reason for Gina to get upset. If you came over and you told me I'm taking my real estate license and I said, my daughter is too, that's so funny. You're both going to be real estate. I wouldn't think anything of it.
I'm your daughter's age.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't. It wouldn't matter. I thought Gina was far too insulted by that. I thought she was picking for things.
I disagree with you.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's
I
why
think their
we're here.
purpose for getting their real estate license are different. Gina needs to do it to support her family. And
Yeah,
to make
totally.
money.
And the other
her son
one's
does
doing
not.
it. No, he doesn't. Right. But
So
he's
that's
still
why
doing
what
it.
she's saying is that
He's
like
still doing it. So is there a difference if you don't need to lose weight and you need to lose weight?
Is he doing it?
I don't know, but she said, but maybe he's not. Let's see.
Is he doing it? Is he at a firm? Is he on $1 million listing? Like what do you
Maybe
mean
he's
doing
gonna.
it?
What are you gonna do if he is?
Let's finish college first.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he can't do it.
I understand where Gina's coming from. Like, I don't think that it would have been inappropriate to share it.
Okay, so Gina says to Heather, "Oh, I'm getting my real estate license. Oh, that's great. I'm so happy for you. I hope that works out for you." And then 2 months later, Nikki's selling $5 million houses in the OC, and then Gina would be saying, "Well, why didn't you tell me that Nikki was selling real estate?"
No. I think that what you say something along the lines of like, "Oh, I didn't know you were getting that. Like, are you going to be selling full time? Are you looking to do it more part time? Like, what are you doing with it?" And then like I disagree.
I thought it was picky-uni on Gina's part, but I thought Gina was kind of picking for a story all year. And I think her getting upset with Heather when Heather comforted her on the golf cart last week wasn't that bad. It really wasn't.
She didn't comfort her.
She did. She told her, "Don't call Travis. That's the wrong person." I agree.
Really?
With Heather.
And who the
and you
fuck
know
is
I
Heather
don't
Dubrow?
like Heather. And you know I'm not a Heather
who the
fan.
fuck is Heather Dubrow to tell Gina who she can and can't call? Could you imagine if I said to you, "Don't call your husband. Stop bothering him"? You'd be
it
like,
wasn't
"Who the
her
fuck are you?"
husband, though. It's just her living. He'll be gone tomorrow. There's no
He'll be
financial.
gone tomorrow.
He could be gone tomorrow.
So could your husband.
Yeah, I know, but we still have financial dealings.
I guess that's true. But my point is,
I'm
is
just
that
saying.
like
That's
my
all
thing
I'm
is
saying.
don't unless Travis is talking to you, Heather, and telling you, I can't believe Gina brings up what's his name so much. I can't believe Gina brings him up all the time. I can't believe Gina's always bringing up her past relationship. It's really bothering me. Then you have no idea because Travis doesn't give two shits.
Okay.
Until he does. Let him be the one to say it. Like family. Family's everything until it's not.
It's not. Listen, Tamra, I've decided is the OC version of Margaret.
That's a very good comparison.
Yeah. Tamra is the OC's Margaret. She's just really there to cause trouble with people.
Also very smart and knows a lot about everyone.
Yeah. I don't think she's as smart and calculated as Margaret is. And I don't think she has a card catalog like at the library that she can go pull out the drawer and go boom, 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 have everything. But she's got it here. But I don't know if she's quite as manipulative as Margaret. I think Margaret's smarter.
Margaret's a genius. We don't like her, but she's a genius.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Margaret's smarter than Tamra. And I mean, she's got her own issues too, Margaret.
Vicki's coming back next.
I know
episode.
Next week I wrote Vicki next week. Oh, and I watched the previews and I'm like riveted to why Shannon Bedore is upset.
I think she's upset because of the fact that like at that moment, she had no idea what was really going on. And she thought it was going to ruin her relationship.
You think it has to do with Vicki?
It has to do with what Vicki and Tamra said. That's why she said, if this makes air, I'm done. But I don't think she's mad at them. I think that she's probably, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine that she's mad at Vicki for it, but at the same time, I also feel like it's too early to tell. I just think that poor Shannon doesn't really fully understand, I think, why, but I think it's, that
I think Shannon understands everything that's happening on that show. She's no slouch.
No, but it's not about the show.
You know what was very funny about Shannon? How she goes to vintage stores because she thinks the chemicals are off them. That's so stupid. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel like it was a very odd experience. And also like the whole, like David, I loved Heather Dubrow going, oh, David's getting a divorce.
I know. I don't want to tell you David's getting a divorce. And she was like, yes, I know. And then and then you notice that Tamra went down with Heather and Shannon and Gina went up with Jen. They switched seats on the table. That was it.
Oh, no.
And Tamra needs to stop throwing things in people's faces.
Oh,
She's
I love
thrown drinks in Jenna's, Gina Keogh's face, the towels. She's done other things.
Iconic. Kicking Alexis Bellino out of her dinner party. Iconic.
Yeah,
screaming in her face.
It was too much.
That is my opinion. Screaming in her face, screaming at Vicki.
Yeah,
it's just par for the course.
Though. I just don't like it.
Am I boring you?
I'm just tired. I've had an allergy problem and I took an allergy pill and it's kind of made me a little bit sleepy. And you're not boring me at all.
I gotta tell you that I think that Jen, I don't know, there was just something about it. It's like, Jen, your dirty laundry is being thrown all over the television screen. If she had something on Tamra, she would have said it. That's all she's got.
Yeah, I don't think she has anything on Tamra.
Yeah.
Do you like Jen or not?
I feel bad that she's under such a microscope, but it's really hard for me to watch these people when the way in which they could get the pressure off them is so obvious.
Okay, so let's go through it. Do you like Shannon?
Yeah, she's fine. She's whatever.
Do you like Tamra?
Yes.
Do you like Heather?
No.
Do you like Gina?
I feel for Gina. She's trying to find her way, but I wouldn't choose to be friends with her today.
Okay, interesting. And we know we like Emily.
I love Emily.
Taylor. The one we haven't talked about all that.
I would love to I think I'd vibe with Taylor because like
No, I didn't ask you vibe with her. I asked, do you like her? Not are
Yeah,
you going to have coffee together?
I love Taylor's duck lips. I can't get over how
Okay.
big her
And
mouth
then
is.
Jen, how do you feel on Jen?
I feel that Jen is struggling with speaking the reality. We all know that you and Ryan had an affair, emotional, physical, whatever you want to call it, but it was an affair. So my mind is saying, just own it for what it is. Margaret did that.
She should.
And Margaret's never had to deal with it.
Never. She's also married though, and it's further down. She's been married to Joe for a while, like 10, 15, 20 years.
My other thought process is if Ryan's as bad as they make him out to be, he's bound to fuck up. So just
Which is why Shannon said that Erin needs to figure it out on her own.
And trust me, Jen, you're not going to be kicked off the show. Her name is Jen, by the way, not Erin. Erin's on New York.
Erin, I got Erin.
Jen needs to figure it out, but also Jen,
I want to give you Erin. Oh well,
Jen, I'm going to give you just an idea. You're not going to lose your orange because Ryan cheats on you. Quite the opposite.
Right now, if you had to guess, would you think she is going to be back next year?
Yes.
No.
Oh, so you're wrong because Ryan's too volatile. And if Tamra tells,
let's see what happens with Ryan. So she might be back because of Ryan.
Tamra tells Andy, I'm going to interrupt you and keep talking like you do to me. If Tamra tells Andy he's a ticking bomb, give it another season because you're bound to have something big. But I also don't even know if Tamra has to tell Andy that. His energy towards him last night was like, you're trash.
Oh.
So maybe
I wonder what
not,
his business is.
But I also feel like Tamra, Shannon, and Vicki being back, Emily having this glow up, Heather Dubrow still being Heather, Gina, just being more vocal. They have enough quality housewives and enough consistency for them to let Jen continue for another season to see if something can emerge. But we'll have to see. I have a feeling that.
But I'm going to interrupt you. But Tamra doesn't have enough of a story. Shannon maybe has a little one.
She's an OG. She's iconic.
Emily really doesn't have a story. Gina doesn't really have a story. Taylor Armstrong doesn't really have a story. Tamra doesn't really have a story. Who did I miss? Heather Dubrow doesn't really have a story. They were all kind of like accentuating their life to make
Tamra has a personality
story, but they don't really have anything.
I don't think you need a storyline.
Without Jen, they'd have nothing right now.
I don't think you need a storyline unless you're not.
They'd have nothing right now.
If you're not,
Gina would have nothing right now.
God,
Gina would have. Listen, Gina would have nothing right now because she wouldn't be crying about Matt. And Tamra wouldn't have a storyline right now without Jen. Those are just two people.
Tamra doesn't need a storyline. Tamra is iconic. Tamra has fans. People like Tamra, her personality. People enjoy her.
I'm just saying it gives them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about.
You have too much to talk about. You don't let me talk.
Okay, good.
I think that Shannon needs a storyline because her personality, unless she's just gonna get drunk and be funny, she's not interesting enough.
No,
Vicki does not need a storyline. Vicki Gunvalson is Vicki Gunvalson.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's kind of like saying that if Bethany wanted to go back on New York and Bethany
she never would.
I know. That's why I said if.
Okay.
If Bethany wanted to go back on New York and she wanted to just be a commentator and talk shit about people the whole time, she would have no problem coming back.
So good.
But that's what she kind of did.
They almost need to do like a pillow talk for Bravo. They should have us. Actually, Bravo, if you're out there, bring back pillow talk. We did this
the last time. Why do we giving them more ideas?
Why? They never used it. They never
Who knows?
used Joe
it's probably
Gorga.
Developed.
I hope so, because Joe Gorga, we need Joe Gorga's Ultimate Bahamian.
You have a problem with
trip. Joe Gorga. Oh, yeah. Joe Giudice. Joe Giudice's Ultimate. Somebody else went and saw him. Somebody else went. The Wakilis. I could never stand Richie. He was always so slimy, don't you think?
Yeah, but I think that Joe Giudice is fine with just being like,
Yeah,
oh,
he
like,
doesn't care. I'm
they're in the
surprised they didn't
Bahamas,
bring
a
Rosie.
friendly face, like that'll
Yeah.
make me laugh that I can party with. Great.
Yeah,
Come on over.
totally. Yeah, I think so too.
I think that it would be fun, but to do like a talk, like I would love to watch like Jill and Bethany watch the New York season together.
Yeah, who
Not to put
Oh,
any additional pressure on their friendship,
kind
but
of
I'm
like
just,
how Jax and Brittany were
yeah,
doing.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want them to do that, but I would like if they used to have a show, Bravo. They were the ones who started it where
Pillow
people
Talk, I
would
know.
talk about it. No, Pillow Talk is actually the name on TLC after 90 Day Fiance,
Oh,
which is another
People's
obsession.
Couch, they used to call it.
Oh, the People's Couch. Yeah, they call it Pillow Talk. The people are usually in bed and they
Oh,
have a
that's
lot of
nice.
snacks on 90 Day Fiance. But they should bring back the couch show.
Well, clearly,
And we'd be great on it because we could make comments about it. And so, anyways, Andy, if
I
you're
if I could get a word in,
well, it's all right. You don't need to talk. I can just talk.
I'll say that you, I think, are finding yourself with your mind made up on certain people, and it's very difficult for you to think differently once you've made up your mind on them.
No, because I don't have my mind up on anybody. And
Tamra, you think she's a
Tamra,
mean girl with no
I didn't
storyline
say
that
that.
yells?
I think she was brought on to cause chaos, and I think she's worried about being canceled again. So she's bringing it in right away. She's at 9.5 instead of just coming in at 6, 7, build to 10.
Which
I
is
feel like
weird
she's
because
coming
she was
right
put
in.
on pause because she was too emotional.
Yeah, but it was boring without her. They want it back.
Exactly. So she'll never be on pause again.
I don't know. Let's see what happens when the OG of the OC, actually the OG of the HWs, comes back.
She's boring. So
Who? Vicki?
Vicki has gotten consistently more boring every single year she's been on Housewives.
Well,
She's an icon.
What's Vicki Gunvalson's best scene ever?
The family van.
No, the family van's great. The best is when she got hit with the football at Lake Havasu.
Oh, yeah.
And when she fell. Those are her 3 iconic moments. The family van, getting hit in the head on the boat with the football at Lake Havasu, and when she fell at the at her house on some stairs, and she swore that Gina Keogh put the stairs there on purpose. And Gina Keogh is so funny. Goes, oh yeah, she fell. Oh, look out there.
See, that would have been a great line from Lala. I could imagine it when they were at Lake Havasu. If she had been like, you know what, Raquel, if you keep talking like that, you're going to get knocked out, just like Vicki Gunvalson did with the football.
Been good. It would have
been such an iconic line if she had said that. But the problem is that the wrong people are on Bravo. They need Bravo stands on Bravo, because I'd be dropping lines left and right.
Yeah, totally. Does Vicki have any other great scenes the week before she comes back? I would say that she has never been with 3 people in her life. On the ski slope is good too.
Oh yeah.
I've never had multiple partners, is what she says.
When
That's
she's yelling at Lori Peterson.
Laurie Peterson. What did
That's
she
who
yell?
she's yelling at on the
ski club. She was. Laurie Peterson came back, whose son is still in prison. Poor Josh.
I can't keep up with all the house, as Sonia
really
Morgan
bad.
said on that Watch What Happens Live when she was on with Melissa Gorga was on, and it was something where like she was talking about Teresa, and then Sonia goes something along the lines of like, oh, I wonder what her husband thinks. And Melissa Gorga turns and goes, her husband's in jail. And Sonia goes, oh, sorry, I can't keep up with all my friends that are in jail and prison. Luann was there. Now she's out. Like, it was so funny. I remember that. That was hysterical.
Well, they've all been. I don't know. Anyways. All right. Well, we'll be back.
We'll be back. Hopefully I'll be able to talk next time. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
No, Aunt is just really, really passionate about the lack of interest in New York and the fact that she's just itching.
I might come. I can't wait for Vicki. I can't consider Vicki like my contemporary because I'm an OG too.
Exactly. Right. Well, thanks y'all. Like us, subscribe us, and always give us the comments. Ciao.